It's time. This is kind of this is an interesting one for me. The way I see it is, this is Thug Rose's first fight after her loss of her title. So I think she's going to be a little bit extra hungry to kind of, get back there, prove, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here to stay and everything, because, you don't become a two-time champion in the UFC for nothing. But I am a little concerned for her because her opponent is kind of this up and coming. She's been I think she's been on like a 5-6 win streak, something like that, but she's gone the distance pretty much every time. So she's not really finishing anyone, but she's showing that, she's really good. So this will probably be her biggest test to date. But just because I know more who Thug Rose is, I've seen a lot more from her than I have from the States girl over here in France, I'm going to go ahead and take Thug Rose.
Now, this is a very intriguing matchup because you have former strawweight UFC champion Rose Namajunas moving up to the flyweight division after the disappointing performance against Carla Esparza. Waiting for her is Manon Fior, who has been undefeated since joining the UFC, ranked number 3, and now seems to potentially be one fight away from fighting for the title, depending how everything plays out, because obviously you have Erin Blanchfield, who just got the big win. We don't know what's going to happen between Shevchenko and Grasso. There could be a trilogy after that. But anyway, let's just worry about Fior versus Namajunas right now. This one is really tough to predict because, first off, you have the difference maker of Namajunas going up to an extra 10 pounds. And to some people, a casual fan, that might not sound like much, but that is a massive difference in mixed martial arts. So we're going to have to see how exactly she looks strength-wise when she gets in there. Not necessarily her physical appearance. I don't think it'll be like that much of a difference, at least from what we've seen so far. But the actual physical presence of being in there, how is she going to be able to get out of the clinch when Fiora locks her up? Because pretty much everywhere, Namajunas is going to be the better fundamental fighter. But how does that strength advantage play a factor? And always when it comes to Rose Namajunas, you have to wonder where exactly her head is going to be at, which is something we got reminded of in the last fight. I don't think the grappling is going to be associated much in this. I think it's going to be a striking battle. Fior will have the power advantage. Namajunas is going to have the technical advantage. But I think Namajunas is ready to make a statement after that last disappointing performance and put the division on notice. I think she's going to get the job done by unanimous decision, emerge victorious, and potentially get the next title shot.
It's time! This is interesting because Sergey has been, finishing people, submitting them, TKOing them left and right, but I think I don't think he's enough for Cyril Gane. I think Cyril Gane, again, he had that, he had a pretty big loss to John Jones, but again, this is kind of the same thing I've been saying with the Max Holloway fight. Max Holloway's been fighting people on a different level. Cyril Gane's been fighting people on a different level. Tuivasa, John Jones, people like that. So I don't think. I think it'll probably go the distance, but I will say it's going to probably go in favor of Cyril Gane in the main event.
Now, Spivak, I believe, is riding a 3-fight win streak, all wins inside the distance, including a first-round finish against Derek Lewis last time out. But he's now going to have to really prove that he can be a legitimate title contender as he takes on Cyril Gane, who, quite frankly, got ran through against John Jones for the vacant heavyweight title last time out. Now, I think one of the main things here is that because of what happened against John Jones, everyone's just kind of like, well, Cyril Gane has no ground game. And I do agree to a certain extent that his ground game needs a lot of improvements. But I also think that some people just don't fully give John Jones the credit for being the greatest fighter of all time. And he did what a GOAT does that night. I think Gane has made improvements to his grappling. I don't think he got to fully show that against John Jones. I think he's continued to make improvements. And I don't see Sergey Spivak holding him down for 5 rounds. When it comes to the feet, Cyril Gane is going to have an absolute field day, in my opinion. No disrespect to Spivak. He's shown great improvements in his striking. He's shown that he can counteract a striker by taking him down and getting the finish like he did it against Derek Lewis. But I think everyone just kind of forgot how good Gane actually is and how gifted of an athlete he is. So I think he's going to go out there. He's going to put on a clinical performance, and he's going to get a TKO finish just for shits and giggles. We'll go a little bit more specific and say third round TKO for Bon Gamin.